It's a Scotty Ray report, reliable, fast, and true. Headlines, weather, local news, he brings it all to you. From the courthouse to the back roads, he don't miss a thing. Traffic, storms, communities, on top of everything. Bringing you the news you need at home or on your drive. Listening, it's Scotty Ray time.
With IT.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we move into an early Monday morning, February the 9th. It means Valentine's Day is right around the corner. We got our hearts ready for you behind us.
That's right. They're everywhere on the wall.
So don't forget to get ready for that. So J.J. Anders is joining us, Lauderdale County Supervisor. Do you do a big deal over that? Oh, you got to pull your mic up. Everybody can hear you.
Oh, sorry. No, this is gonna be a terrible take on this.
Oh, you got to go off to the side. They can't see you.
They can't see me.
Yeah, you got to turn it to the side.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait,
There we
technical challenge. All right, how's
One of these days,
okay.
we'll get enough people in here. We can get you fixed up.
No, I married way above my head with Miss Emily, but she is known from day one that's a made-up holiday by the marketing teams. No, I love my wife. Every day at my house is Valentine's Day.
Now,
So
there's a lot of ladies that may realize that it's a made-up holiday, but they still want it.
No, they do.
I'm
They
just
do.
warning you.
Well, RW's ruined it for most everybody.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's all over this.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you my plans for Valentine's Day is to take my third grader and about 6 of his buddies and their dads down to the deer camp to ride side by sides and four wheelers, shoot some guns, and play in the creek and mud. That's what. And
Give her a break.
Give her a break. She and the big one will do what they're going to do, but we're going to be playing in the woods.
That's a happy Valentine's
So
Day.
today
Get out
is
of our house.
the 9th.
Yeah.
What day does that fall on? I ain't got a calendar.
14th Saturday.
That's Saturday?
It's Saturday because, and I think all the wives of the gentlemen going with me and their young men, the wives are all okay with us being gone on Valentine's Day.
Probably not a problem at all there. So the question, and numbers-wise, as you get into more, last night, 5.3 million is the number roughly I'm hearing that watched Kid Rock. Now, I haven't been told the number that watched the halftime show on Super Bowl, but I'm sure it's more because it was a captive audience, and a lot of people get up and they go fix food, whatever, and they leave the television on during something like that, or if it was online, however you do it. Most likely the numbers are going to be higher for the Super Bowl, but even TMZ is coming up with the survey of Kid Rock show was better. It's what the average American is saying.
Well, so like you said, I was sitting here. We're traveling. I wasn't going to watch it anyway. And then Amy got a text that said something about a halftime sale. So we said, well, hey, maybe it's on. So we went straight to YouTube and watched the halftime show, the TP USA. And yeah, it was at 5.3 million on it, and comments. Golly, and a couple of them had said on TBN, I think was the one.
Yeah.
They had 10 million people watching that platform.
Now,
so that was just 2 platforms, and there was like 6 platforms you could watch this
yeah,
on.
so they probably hadn't been added up just yet. Somewhere somebody's got it. We just hadn't seen
Well,
it.
you look at the commercials last night. I didn't watch the halftime show on the Super Bowl. We switched it over to actually the boys put it on Discovery Channel or something. It was on, and they were watching because we don't get TBN for some reason. And anyways, but my favorite commercial last night, or the one I liked the best, was the Budweiser with the little baby bird, flying in. It ended up being an eagle. You could look at the Lay's potato chip commercial, going back to father and the daughter planting potatoes. The guy walking through the field. Getting back to our wholesome values, which is what middle America is, and we're buying all their products. The East and the West Coast, they don't control everything. This flyover country, they like to call us. We have a lot of spending power.
Yeah, we do. They seem to control Super Bowls and things of that nature in the streets of the cities. That's not a representation.
No, it's not. And I mean, I'm a God-fearing man that loves my wife and loves my family, and and there's a lot of us out there.
Harvest,
Almost
sounded like it.
I mean, it just is what it is, and I'm not going to support things that I don't believe in.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm looking at numbers now. It was 29-13 victory. The Seattle Seahawks won, is what I'm reading now. But the NFL let's back away from this. Supports everything that you saw last night. Now, let me just, if they let that happen, and I can't support an organization that thinks that much differently than me.
Well, they don't just support, they went and got the entertainment.
True.
Yeah, they did. It's their choice. I mean, why couldn't they get somebody like Chris Stapleton or somebody that would be good? Wholesome, yes.
Yeah.
Good way to put it there.
Well, look at Prince. It's going to be hard for anybody to come up and take over the king of the halftime show away from Prince. I mean, it's been a while.
Well, Odie, that's your opinion. You sure?
Yeah, I ain't with you.
Y'all go do your research.
He may have had more numbers, but that'll make it good.
Of course, now I like his kind of music.
Not
too.
me. I just.
But
Hank
overall,
Jr. back in the day did a good halftime show.
And I wonder if they really wanted to take it out, if they'd done a combination of Hank Jr. and Kid Rock.
Yes.
And then, hey, give a little cameo there.
Morgan Wallen. Somebody, I mean,
what's this new kid coming up?
Couldn't tell you.
Tim Tom. Yeah, you talked to him about
Tim
it before.
Tom. I don't know Tim Tom.
I don't know if his name
is that a
Tim
river?
Or Tom or something.
The 10-time waterway or something?
You've talked about him a bunch of times. This is a new guy. The new sound of country. He's going to change country. You're the one that had me listen to him.
Are you talking about, what's his name? Zach Top?
Zach, that's it.
That doesn't sound like Tim Tom.
What? Tim, Tom, Top? There you
Zach
go.
Top. Zach Top. But he's country.
I mean, it's getting close.
But is he making a huge difference? Probably not in the world of pickup trucks and tailgates and drunk women. That's country music now.
Yeah.
Well, before that, country music was how did it go? I'm holding you while thinking of her.
Vern Gosling?
That was...
Are you trying to run down country?
Well, no, but I mean, it hadn't changed a whole lot. It went from sleeping with other women to drinking beer with them.
I can't go wee on this. Is there beer drinking songs and cheating songs in country? There will be forever.
Yes.
But by and large, country music is for America. You get into your Lee Greenwoods, you get into your Chris Christophersons and your people. This spitting and foreign language stuff, I don't know. It doesn't do much for me. I'm again whatever's happening now. They promote cussing. I'm not. Am I a sinner? Absolutely. But they represent something that I am not.
You don't.
I make
on
mistakes.
Prime time. Why everybody in the world's watching, and you act like that. You come topless to the awards show. That's the stuff right there. You think that would never happen. You would never have somebody walk through the red carpet topless.
Yeah.
They did it, and they'll do it again.
And
it's
they're
only
gonna do it again.
It goes to get worse.
Time.
Well, I mean, but you think about when I was a kid, the stuff that was rated R when I was a kid is now what, PG-13?
Oh yeah.
The stuff you see at 7 o'clock. The first commercial last night of the Super Bowl that I saw, like after kickoff, was this new Scream movie. Now, for 90% of the people, that's fine, but my 9-year-old, he didn't like that.
Yeah, I can see that
I'm
point.
like, I just, it's one of those things that. You give an inch, they take a mile, and it seems like they have.
Mm-hmm. And you look at politics across America. The last time I ever saw anything happen to anyone that did something in their personal life that affected them was the guy that was running for president. Remember Gary Hart?
Yep.
Yeah. He had a fling, and it destroyed his. Now that's why didn't he have 3? Is the mood of America?
Yeah.
I was asked by a group of kids I was talking to. I was asked to talk to a class, about government and, what it means to me and what they should know. And one of the kids asked me and said, well, how should I know who I should vote for? And I said, well, first of all, nobody's ever going to vote exactly like you do, or you would, or nobody's ever going to think like you do, because God made us all special and unique. But what you have to do is figure out who aligns most with you.
Yeah, I
and
agree
that's
with
who
that.
you go with, because nobody's ever going to make you 100% happy.
Oh no, and Trump will do things that make you go, "What?"
Scratch your head.
Oh yeah.
Thinking.
Yeah.
And I promise y'all this: this new little fella there, his sidekick. JD has got his head together. He's a great commentator.
Yes.
But
I like him.
I like him a
what will
lot.
happen in the next 3 years?
Well,
we don't know.
Well, and then you got Marco Rubio, who's doing a great job
He
as
is.
Secretary of State. I mean, he has stepped
I didn't
up
know
to the
Marco
plate.
had that in
Marco.
him.
He does.
Yeah.
He's done good, and to see the human side of him when he was talking the other day about on Air Force One, President Trump doesn't sleep, but he has to sneak around and hide under a blanket to take a cat nap. You know, but I mean, just to see that human side of him, and he's not a robot, but between JD Vance and Mr. Rubio, I mean, the future's looking good for the Republican Party.
I'm not going to lie. I like Trump, but I'm afraid I couldn't work for him. But just because what Rubio's.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'm awake, you get up.
Yeah.
That man is go, baby, go.
Talking about
all
the
time.
Energizer Bunny. I mean,
And he's fueled on Big Macs.
Yes, and Diet Coke.
And Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And we'll not hold that back.
That's true.
I'm the President of the United States. Find me a McDonald's.
That's right. And let me go serve some fries out the drive-thru.
Yeah.
You know.
We ain't ever seen anything quite like that.
No,
Oh,
because
man.
he's just himself. He's not trying to be something he's not.
That's true.
And that resonates, I think. You know.
So the Super Bowl happened last night. Some
Yeah.
watched
It was a
some
terrible
didn't.
game.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
Well, if they
Good
got
defense.
a score,
You know.
29-13.
somebody's defense was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and I read where he gave away the Bad Bunny guy gave away his Grammy to somebody, and they had a live wedding, an actual wedding during somebody actually was married there.
During the game?
Yes, no, during his halftime performance.
Like a legitimate.
It
I don't
was
know.
a
I didn't watch the
legitimate
halftime,
wedding.
so I
didn't either. So
And quite frankly, when they were showing highlights, I just turned the channel this
Yep.
morning. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and nothing to me.
yeah, it.
I tell you what, TPUSA, they had a heck of a little show.
Yeah, they
There
did.
was some people that came together to put
Yeah.
that.
I've always wanted to
that
ask
on.
Kid Rock why you want to wear a bunny jacket there. He wears those fur coats. I've often wanted to ask him why he does that.
That's just his pimp daddy style.
He's got a little.
Well, he's from Detroit, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be cold up there, I guess.
Maybe so. I don't. But I would have chose a manly man coat.
That's right. That's
We'll
right.
be right back.
Where's my hunting jacket?
Welcome to Parker's Wholesale, located on I-59 South at Exit 80. Easy to find. Huge building. They're loaded up with toys, all your seasonal items. It's clean, it's neat, it's easy to shop. They got gloves, they got bolts of material for the people that want to redo stuff. They got plumbing, electrical, hunting items, fishing items, everything for all your needs. Go by and see them, Parker's Wholesale.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Welcome back, I'm your friend
100%
Scotty Ray.
sure.
As always, when we have somebody on the show, we have breaking news. I guess is the way we get into this as we go to our supervisor, JJ. We all learned Friday of we've lost Donna Jill Johnson.
A pillar of our community
Yes.
for
Yes, definitely.
years. I mean, doesn't get any better than Miss Johnson. You know, she passed away late Thursday night and early Friday morning.
Right.
And, and our hearts and prayers go out to her sister. You know, her brother died yesterday. I got word last night from mom through the ladies group at church.
He's just passed away.
He just passed away.
You are
Last
kidding.
night.
No, so you have an 80-something-year-old lady who doesn't live here currently, who lives on the coast, and she lost both her siblings. And
Now, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I've seen him around town. He behind the scenes, what you don't know, he fed a lot of kitty cats that would not get anything to eat.
I've heard the same.
He carried a trunk full of cat food all the time and fed each day.
Right.
So there's going to be some kiddies miss him.
They are, and
Well, one thing we didn't do, and we took for granted, was today with us, we have District 1 Supervisor Justin J.J. Anders is our guest. We took for granted that
I thought we said
know
that.
who you are. We just said we got J.J. with us. And we're just so used to, we already know you.
well, I appreciate that.
So
No,
I'm people who might not.
From the time I started running 2.5 years ago, you guys have been good, and anytime you've asked, I've always tried to make y'all a priority and make myself available. But with the tragic loss of Miss Johnson, Miss Donna Gill, who was just great, and her whole staff up there, we as a county, as a board of supervisors, being the business board of the county, our hearts and prayers go to the family, but we have to still do our job. And one of our jobs is to appoint a temporary circuit clerk until there could be a special election in November. And the election would go with the next normal election, which will be in November when Michael Guest is running again and Judge Bailey's running again and circuit judge and several other races. But with the importance of the circuit clerk's office, because most people know, but a lot of people still don't realize that office runs the circuit courts. They're in charge of the jury pools, which this morning is a very big murder trial. There's over 400 potential jurors that will show up to the courthouse this morning. If we hadn't appointed somebody yesterday, now we did get special permission from the state to not violate any open meetings acts. We had a conference call yesterday with our attorney, and we talked through some things, and we ended up appointing Miss Renee Covert as circuit clerk, because everybody in that office works under the circuit clerk's bond. So there's one bond for the entire office. If we didn't have a circuit clerk this morning, that office would have had to shut down. So no marriage license, no registering to vote, no trials. It goes down to juvenile court. It affects them as well.
I don't think everybody realizes what that office affects.
How much pull
the circuit clerk of the county is, every job is important in its own right, and every job, we couldn't function without every man and woman. But
this is at the top of the food chain.
This one has a big stick.
Yeah.
And so what we wanted to do is a long-standing tradition of the board, even before I got there, is to try not to appoint someone who may have intentions of running to give any unfair advantage or any appearance of, inside, whatever. Mm-hmm. But Miss Covert, who actually had retired, but I have her admiration for Miss Donna Gill and for the county and for the office, has agreed to come back and run that office. Miss Tina downstairs, they work well together. Those two ladies can do a great job for the county until the citizens pick who they want to be the next circuit clerk in November. When that qualification all starts, it'll probably be pretty soon, and then in the next 30 days, I'd imagine. And then there'll be some people out there politicking, I imagine. But there's, like I said, there's a murder trial starting this morning. There's a lot of other things going on that we had to put somebody who knew the job. Everybody up there respected. Everybody up there had confidence in, and we as a 5-member board of supervisors felt like could run that without any major hiccups and protect Lauderdale County and the court system, because if we didn't have a circuit clerk and a trial would have happened, any defense attorney could have challenged that in appeal under no bond. Or if there was a mistake made, honest mistake, albeit, there could have been just a lot of...
Because of the nature of the crime that's going in front of the judge today.
It could be as simple as, jaywalking. If something goes wrong, if all the I's aren't dotted and T's aren't crossed, some lawyer's going to find it and appeal it.
Now, and you said that this was needed. It's already been pushed around twice and continued. But This is a murder trial. Someone needs to stand up for what
For
they
the
did or
victims
did
that
not
were-
do for
right.
the victims and get closure for the family.
And the defendants need
And,
their fair day in court. I mean, we
Yeah.
are a country of innocent until proven guilty, and I'm a firm believer in that.
Now, as you bring this up, we have a major. If you're coming to town, there is a
Major trial
this week, and it could last 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
It's
The
like a
potential-
box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, you know, but with over 400, they call it a grande jury pool because it's over 400 jurors, potential jurors that should show up today, and.
Whew, you got to keep all four of them.
If we
That's herding cats,
if
isn't it?
we wouldn't have taken action yesterday, and this morning there'd have been somebody up there saying sorry, no jury today. They try to pull over wool over our eyes again. No, everything's above board. Always has been. Always will be as long as I'm a part of it.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Do it.
I know what I'm asking, but I'm not exactly sure of it. How many years did Donna Jill serve? Was it 31 or 33?
It could have been longer. I mean, ever since
After she retired from Lauderdale.
74,
I think
something like that.
my entire life, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we've ever really
That's
known.
all we've ever known is Miss Donna Jill, and she. I mean,
No,
she
it wasn't 74ish.
84 maybe.
94ish maybe.
I don't know. She's been up there
It'd be in the 30s, it'd be in the 90s,
I
yeah.
know for a fact that when I went to register for selective service,
1992 is when she took office.
she was there. Because I registered for selective service in her office in the old courthouse with her. Because she knows mom and dad she knew mom and dad real well.
Well, I'm getting a lot of texts if I got to show up for jury duty today.
Yes, you got to show up. Yes, you got to show up.
You do or they do?
They do. I'm getting a lot of people going, I got one of those in the mail.
Yes, if you're scheduled to be at jury duty, please go to the Lauderdale County Government Center to the new courthouse and do your civic duty. You know,
Yes.
they're
very important trial.
It's a very important trial. I mean, not only for the victims, you know, the family, family of the victims, but for the defendants as well. They need a fair and impartial jury.
If he's innocent, he needs to carry on with his life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and we have two great circuit judges in our county, and Judge Wright and Judge Bailey. They do a great job. They do everything by the book. And they want fair trials. They want the biggest jury pools possible. They want to make sure that everything is done right.
I have another one of those. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Please do.
This is just one of those just through the years, and I don't know the answer to it. I'm sure someone else has this. And I know it's been used in some cases. In this case with Donna Jill, I don't think it was used. When someone passes away, is there some law that lets the family pick who goes into?
No.
But there is not.
No. There's no law. However, with that being said, we as the board would, we make those decisions on a county level for elected officials. I can't speak for in the past. Unfortunately, in my first 2 years or 25 months, we've had 3 deaths. You know, starting with Mr. Rainey, the tax assessor,
right,
and then Judge Harris, and then now Miss Donna Jill. So we've had to make 3 appointments in 25 months, basically. We will take the families. We'll let them have their say.
But and the reason I say that is a lot of times what they want is not
the best for the county. Correct.
And that's why I bring that up.
Yeah, no,
they may love somebody, but they can't do the job.
Well, and also, too, you have to look at the job. Like as a board of supervisors, let's say, God forbid, leaving here, I hit a deer and God's ready for me to come home.
Right.
Emily Anders does not want to be appointed, but if the board wanted, some board members have said in the past, hey,
like she wanted a naked man to take your place.
Appoint my wife. You know, there's 4 of you guys here to help her. You know, just whatever. But Emily doesn't want it. She knows I love this, and this is my passion. But
so that is not a law.
Yeah,
okay.
That is not a law. No, sir.
I've heard that forever and a day.
Because it's the people's choice. You know, elections have consequences, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, hopefully everybody in District 1's happy with me, but I'm sure there's some that aren't.
You can't please everybody.
No, you
care who
can't.
you are.
I mean, I'm a common sense conservative, or at least I try to be, financially and everything else. But, you know, every 4 years we apply. And people either rehire us or hire us or fire us.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, This is not my seat. District 1 supervisor, this is not my chair. It's the people's chair. And if the people don't want me, if they don't think I'm doing a good job, they can kick my can to the road real quick. Hopefully they like me, and hopefully I get to stay around. But at the end of the day, no one, this is not a private business. This is public. And the public, every tax-paying every American has a right to vote. And that's what too many men and women have died for, is for us to be able to vote. And that is one of your best civic duties you can do.
That's a good answer there. We'll be right back. We got more coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you about somebody that's wanted out of Jasper County. They got some ties to Clark County. Whew.
I'm glad I wasn't
next.
just.
Those LS tractors are rolling into Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina. Keith and the gang will have a LS tractor that fits your needs, from a professional end of it, or maybe it's just deer plots that you need a tractor for. Starting at a 26 horsepower, 40 horsepower, or even larger. Don't forget to ask about that 0% financing as well. Parts, a new tractor, or a tall tale. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Call them at 626-8759. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. The Scotty Ray Report Studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
On a hot day chasing crime in Meridian, to make a man thirsty, there's no better way than an ice-cold Coca-Cola to quench your thirst.
Or an ice-cold Diet Coke if you prefer that flavor.
No matter where you're at, stop by a local store and support that store and Meridian Coca-Cola. They're supporting us every day.
Welcome back as we get this morning going. As I mentioned, Jasper County, over the weekend near Rose Hill on Highway 18, there was a fella that allegedly fired a weapon into a car several times. Now, it had a mother and children, and somehow or another, no one was struck. This is who authorities are looking for, if you happen to see this. His name is Hilly.
How far away was
Devontae, car distance, and missed.
By
Thank
the grace
heavens.
of God. That's God's hand steering a bullet.
Dang right.
He has been known to hang out in the Quitman, Shibuda area. If you happen to see him, they are looking for him to have a little conversation with him, so to speak.
Little chat.
Yeah, a little chat there.
Yeah.
And they will get to the bottom of that once they have a little chat with him there.
You get Skidmore's out of the deal.
Hey, that's
Just
right.
saying.
Good place to eat.
A&M fried chicken equipment's pretty doggone good.
It is. I've been there too.
Oh, heck yeah. That's pretty tasty.
Now, most people have heard, we talk about this every now and then about how people will travel in the wrong direction, get on the road and always watch this. But the horrible thing happened west of Mississippi, which is south of here, down around Brookhaven this weekend. An ambulance had picked up a patient, was going to the hospital, and a car topped the hill in the wrong way. As we pull this up, here's the story of what we've got. There's the ambulance. The patient died in the accident, and the two ambulance workers, and tell me if you've heard any different.
I hadn't heard an update, but they were in critical condition and rushed to a hospital.
Now, I've got the picture of the vehicle,
Terrible.
the one that struck it, and there's absolutely and I have not heard anything about the driver of the car that caused the accident, but there was nothing left of it.
Well, I tell you, these ambulances are tremendously heavy. And it's not just hitting a regular van. This is something else. And we've had a lot of comments, and we'll talk a little bit about Metro.
Yeah, that's fine.
Getting back, I mean, the last thing these people think about while you've got one in the back with a patient, working on that patient, trying to stabilize this patient, is getting in a wreck themselves. And it's happened, but prayers go out to the families of everybody involved, the driver of the other vehicle, the patient's family, and the two men.
Well, I can remember as a kid riding with my grandparents or my parents, or really any of my friends' parents. You hear a siren, you start looking around, you pull over. You see a funeral coming, you pull over out of respect.
Correct.
I mean, it's just the little things that, sometimes I feel like we get it. We've gotten to be such an instant gratification society that they just don't pay attention. We're too. Sometimes
me.
We get too focused on what we're trying to get to, or where we're trying to go, or what we're trying to accomplish, that we don't pay attention to our surroundings. But
We've got the radio up way too loud.
Yes.
We don't look in all of our mirrors and see what's going on around us. I was telling my grandson, you got to look.
Yeah.
You got to know.
You have to just pay attention to your surroundings, but also give the other drivers, especially our emergency vehicles, fire, ambulance, police, sheriffs, whatever, the respect and the courtesy they deserve.
You'd be surprised on how many people actually know how to operate a vehicle when lights and sirens are behind them.
Yeah.
They have no clue. They do not teach that in the book. They do not teach that when you take the test. They don't even let you drive a vehicle when you take a test.
But
now.
the books and the stuff, your parent. I should teach my boys that. That's my responsibility as a father to teach my boys.
Many out there that say, "Oh, somebody else is supposed to do that for me."
Well, but it's teaching them by these boys of mine. They're spun. They pick up on so much more than I think that I give them a lot of credit for. But when they see me doing that, hopefully it becomes when they start driving. That they're supposed to do that, I did.
Here's the second thing that we've got on this. There are tons that don't have that father figure anymore. The American family is not what it used to be.
Well, I guess I'm privileged because I had a phenomenal example in Wayne Anders. I got the best daddy anybody could ever ask for, and I'm still scared of that man. He's 86 and he'll still whip me. But
Odie talks about his daddy that passed away 30 years ago, and he's still scared.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you bring up Mama. I mean, making me go get my own switch.
My mama wore my butt over right in the middle of the grocery store by the milk, if that's what it took. And you know what everybody around there did? Minded their own business and went on.
Yes, nowadays they're trying to call on you.
I call somebody. I told my mama one time, says, I'll call the police. She said, you want me to dial the number? Because before they get there, there will be abuse. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
It's just healthy respect.
It is.
And common courtesy and treating others like you want to be treated. So
I want to bring this up. This happened in Hinds County.
Yeah.
They made a pullover Hinds in Rankin. And I just want to read you what they seized in this traffic stop. And let me show you the picture here. Here's this come in.
Good gravy.
Yeah, that car was like one of those new trucks.
If you look at this, 146 pounds of meth. 7 pounds of fentanyl, 65,000 dosages of fentanyl pills, 2.2 ounces of crack cocaine, 4.4 pounds of powdered, and the list goes on of the weapons that they had.
This could kill the entire state of Mississippi, Alabama, and the tip of Florida.
That was
just like that.
That was major.
But you know what's scary? How many go through that don't get caught?
You're right.
And our City Meridian Police, Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, they do a phenomenal job with the resources they have. But they can't do everything.
I don't see as many of the SUVs backed up in the bushes like I used to that would stop that. I used to see more of those. The interstate.
Crime,
Was it commerce or crime? How did they?
Maybe interstate crime.
Yeah, that may have been it. But we used to see that.
Yeah.
Because I remember Billy Solly, somebody complaining about it running, and he just told them how it really was.
He said, so you're mad because I'm paying one guy to sit on the interstate for 10 hours a day and paying for a brand new truck and fuel to go in it? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, that one guy brought in $3 million to the county last year. I'm thinking about getting another one.
But the sad thing is now, from what I understand, is they're not really driving cash anymore. They're doing Bitcoin and all this other stuff.
It's harder to detect.
It's harder, and
times have changed.
But the root of the problem is that there wasn't the demand for this product, they'd be out of business. It's like anything else, is supply and demand, and from day one, I had a very good business teacher and dad, and my granddad with Anders Furniture for years, and then having the opportunity to run my own business. I kind of look at it from that perspective, and or through that lens. And if you don't have what the public wants, you'll go hungry real quick.
You sure will.
Criminal
We'll be-
interdiction unit. That's it. Thank you, Todd.
All right, we'll be right back, and we're going to get into the next big topic, as Odie hinted at a moment ago. Everybody's wanting to talk about is coming up about Metro. We'll do that next.
Sure.
In just a moment.
Yeah, our system went out at the worst possible time, so we called environment masters, and the technician came out pretty quickly, did a lot of troubleshooting. He explained to me what the issue was, and it turned out it was an easy fix, and they had us up pretty quickly.
Our technicians don't just pass a test and then go to work. We have continuous on-site training both on equipment and customer care. Our senior technicians each have decades of experience and are always available. There's literally nothing that our team hasn't seen, so you can trust we know what we're doing. That's hassle-free plumbing and AC.
Spring is here, grass is growing, and your mower, yeah, it's still not ready. Don't fight it another season. Head to Parrish Tractor for our Kubota zero-turn spring deals. Right now, you can get into a new Kubota zero-turn Z232 KW42 mower for just $5,299 or as low as $125 a month. More than a tractor store.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as your build-in, are conveniently located.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. It is Monday somehow or another, February the 9th. Yeah. We're set to have a warm 73-degree day. We go from to, let me wear a short sleeve shirt.
My wife's making fun of the shirt I picked out this morning.
She called you Paul Bunyan? What did she do?
She called me a lumberjack. She said, I see you wore your lumberjack shirt this morning.
All right, let me ask you, who bought it?
I probably did.
Oh,
but
okay, well, we can't buy anything.
I can't. Well,
I am not capable of buying a shirt.
Yeah, I'm not capable of dressing myself, I guess.
Well, the other day you brought up something about Eddie Bauer and it's getting rid of, and I was like, I ain't never owned an Eddie Bauer shirt. Well, I got one on today.
I tell you what, Ross has some good deals on that stuff sometimes.
I got like 4 of these.
Yeah,
I never knew
they're comfortable.
I saw them this morning.
I got one of those, but I can't raise my arms right in it.
You got to get a bigger size.
It has to be what it is. The cut on it's made different than the other one.
You can't wear small anymore, Scotty, right?
Yeah, I can't. But Eddie Bauer wears good. Wrangler shirts are good. And boy, those George Strait shirts, y'all, let me tell you something. That's the premium.
Really?
Yeah, that's a great wearing shirt. I got a couple of those. I want more of those.
These ponchos fit me good. So, my fat self.
Be on the safe side, let your wife buy all your clothing.
Yes.
Before we get into Metro, I wanted to share, this was sent in last night, and I thought this picture was one of the best pictures I think I've ever seen here.
That's a postcard.
Is that not something else?
And if you don't just see that right there, that picture is brought to us by Environment Masters Plumbing and Air. They've been in business since 1957.
Sure have. Family owned, operated. But boy, that's a picture. That's a picture.
Beautiful.
I enjoyed that. So keep those coming. If you happen to catch a moment, share those with us so we can let the world view what you're seeing.
With that right there, it's almost like instead of putting anything on the hook, just tie a cork to the end of the line and throw it out.
It's just time.
Yeah.
It is.
Time. It's just.
Last week, I had a chance to go by the courthouse in the supervisor's room, and there was a big meeting going on. It was several other companies there talking about how they could better serve Lauderdale County as the ambulance service. I saw a lot of Metro employees in there. Explain to us from the Board of Supervisors, the city of Meridian has one thing, and then the county has one thing. From the board's point, tell us what was going on.
So basically what was going on is, from my understanding, so these companies had contacted the city of Meridian interested in providing ambulance service to them. And so they came to the city and made a presentation. The city invited the board. Well, anybody that pays attention knows that only 2 board members can be together without violating Open Meetings Act. So historically, anytime there's a group meeting or city-county efficiency meeting, which I do want to give shout out to Mayor Percy Bland and his staff and the city council. When they got sworn in, when I was president of the board last year, we immediately started those city county efficiency meetings back, which was great.
Yes.
And it's just good to have that conversation. But anyway, so Josh Todd is our current president of the board. He took over first meeting in January, and Craig Houston, District 2 Supervisor, is vice president. So, which is customary, they went to that meeting and listened to the presentations. Well, they thought it would be a good idea if the city's talking about this. Well, at least the board should hear it. And like I said earlier, coming from a business background, in business, you have to know your options.
Yes.
Metro, in my opinion, does a good job. The men and women that work there, we are not looking to make a change in Lauderdale County. But in business, you have to always know what your options are. You have to know what's
it's
out
kinda
there.
like somebody
you
offers
should
you a
always
job.
You
Listen
should.
to 'em.
You always listen, because if you don't listen, you don't know what's out there. There were 3 great reputable companies that came and gave good presentations. But as of sitting here this morning, I can promise every man and woman that working at Metro, Kevin Smith, the Board of Supervisors, is not looking to make a change. Can we be better? I can be a lot better. Everybody, there's always the one-off. When you have a family member or yourself is in an accident, something's going on. Seconds feel like minutes. Minutes feel like hours. It's just. But emergency services are like everything else in our country right now. They're shorthanded. The hospitals are shorthanded. The road department shorthanded, sheriff's department shorthanded, city of Meridian police probably shorthanded. Everybody needs good qualified people. Metros or any ambulance service is no different. And most people don't realize that the way Metro was started was in 1980. The company just left in the middle of the night. So the city of Meridian and Lauderdale County went in together and started Metro. And they used to have a emergency board, city, county people that kind of ran it. They met, whatever. Well, in 1990, the city of Meridian pulled out. Or early 90s, they was like, nope, state statute says that's on the county, we're out. So the board back then made the decision, well, let's just hire a director. The board has one employee, the director, he or she oversees everything. That was Clayton Cobbler back then. And he was the coroner, made sense. He did everything. Well, when Mr. Cobbler decided not to run again for coroner, he also said he was going to step down as head of Metro. So then we had to find somebody. So long story short is the board is not looking. We just wanted to hear options.
So it's a little different than say my department. I'm
correct
with Lima, and I work directly under you and the other 4 supervisors as my direct boss. So, what's the different type of structure with Metro?
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to say is the county, our county millage that we all pay property taxes on, that we love and appreciate paying.
And it's really high.
Including myself. I did not like writing that check. Anywho, Metro only gets like 0.3 mills a year, 30 or 40,000 through millage. That's all we give them as a county. They are a self-funding apparatus. So Kevin Smith, who's head of Metro, when they transport, they do everything, they bill the insurance companies, Medicaid, Medicare. That's how they get paid. That's how they fund themselves. Obviously, if something went tragically wrong, they would have to come to the county for funding. But currently, for the past 2 years since I've been there, they've only getting like 30, 40,000 a year.
Okay.
So that's really good. The numbers, Kevin Smith's been there a little less than 2 years. The books are starting to look pretty good. He's getting some things turned around. He sold some old equipment, bought some new equipment, and it's all about taking care of the individual when that call is made. And when that balloon goes up, how quickly, how efficiently, how safely can the men and women on those ambulances or sprinter vehicles or whatever they're in get to the call that's needed and make sure everybody's safe and given the proper care when they go where they need to go.
And at this point, no decision has been made that I'm aware of
By the city either. No.
Everybody is just it's in limbo at this point.
It's just like last week we went over to Jackson for Mississippi Association of Supervisor meetings, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you go through the little vendor section. I mean, there's ambulance companies, there's excavator companies, there's dump truck companies, there's any and everything that you can imagine. And that's what I enjoy, is just go and talk to them, just to know what options are out there. Yeah. When Odie comes to me as Lima director, or when Rocky comes to us, or Andrew comes with something for the Ag Center, we know it may not be the right choice, but at least it's a starting point.
Correct.
Because nobody, at least for me, after one 30-minute presentation, I'm not going to make a decision on anything, especially something that important. That's way too quick. It's going to take months of conversations, vetting, talking to people, whatever. But again, we're not looking to make a change. So if you work for Metro, all I can tell you is I'm one vote. We're not looking to make a change.
So maybe this is a question for Whitney and not you, but we're going to throw it out there because we've had a couple of them wanting to know. A meal. So what is a meal, and how is that determined where that comes from?
From Miss Hodges and the tax assessor.
I love the answer. It goes on. It's the value of your home.
Exactly.
It's a percentage of that, and your one meal is.
Let me ask this: can the supervisors vote to lower that millage?
We can, but I'm gonna tell you, like I've told everybody else, and I think I've said it here before. If we go back and look through the archives, myself, Justin Anders, better known as JJ by a lot of people, under no circumstances will vote to raise your millage as long as I'm sitting in this office. Okay?
Right.
There's too much money. We are paying almost $9 million a year in debt service repayments that again, previous boards can't do anything about it. My thing is, we need to spend money. In my opinion, there's some ways we could spend it, cut and do more efficiently. My job is not to lower your taxes. My job is to make sure that we do not raise your taxes, because the property tax stuff that was done by the that's every 4 years, mandated by the State Department of Revenue. At the end of the day, though, you look at it, since the last millage increase in, I think, 20 or 21 was the last time the board raised millage, what has your car insurance done, or your house insurance done, or the cost of groceries, cost of gas? Everything has gone up through inflation. We have to be more efficient. We have to realize that the government is not the one-stop shop for everything. Correct. We are not. Sure, we're here to help, but we're not here to help everybody, because you end up picking one friend over another, one special project over another.
Everybody as a whole, not everybody individually.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for the citizens, and in my opinion, that is to set the basic groundwork that makes the playing field level for everybody, then get out of the way and let capitalism take its course.
No, I agree with that.
And that's just me. But my job, again, is, I'm telling you right now, I will not vote to raise your millage, and I will not vote to raise your garbage fee, period, under any circumstances in the next 2 years.
So that leaves 4 of the people that we need that commitment.
And say this, I'm serious. No, there's ways that I have seen, and that's one thing I've been really excited about, is when the Compass Data Center that we sold out on Highway 11 and 80, there's 303 acres, and I say this every time because I want people to understand this. We didn't give them that land. Mm-hmm. We sold it to them for $20,000 an acre. That's $6,060,000. And we as a board, cha-ching, we as a board put that money in a 6-month CD. It's rolled over twice already. Hopefully it's about to come roll it up over again at the end of this month. Hopefully we re-roll it over, because we're gaining interest, because we want to, or at least I do, want to reinvest that into another economic site for a return on investment for our county for the future. It'd be real simple and real easy to go the instant gratification route of paving a few roads, or buying, no offense, Odie, buying you something, some toy that would help your department, but or buying, few new police cars that are going to last 8 years max.
My toys are rather expensive.
They are, but we need to reinvest in the long-term future of our county.
Yes.
We got this win-win. Great. We've got somebody else bumping our lure real hard on something else, but it's not dry ink yet. There's no dry ink on the contract. We have to.
Talk is cheap.
Talk is very cheap until it's a signed document, money's changed hands.
Yeah.
I've been on both sides of those deals, and one side isn't fun. But if we take this opportunity to reinvest in Lauderdale County, we've got a lot of interest. We've got a lot of momentum now. We got to keep that momentum going. And if we can go to the state and say, look, we just bought X number of acres with this money. We paid cash for it. We didn't encumber any debt on our constituents or on our county. But now we need help. We need a grant to get it cleared. Within 5 feet of grade is what I think they try to do, because that is the one thing that sold the old Malone Ranch, was that it was a blank canvas. They didn't see trees. And, they could go out there. It was also Mississippi Power, great business partner, Southern Company, great company. We want to thank them for their partnership and their help. But they had an available power. We had a blank canvas. They knew they could get up quick. So if we are the business board, I keep saying that because that's what we are. We don't get into day-to-day operations of Lima or the sheriff's. I can't walk into Sheriff Calhoun's office and say, let me see, what'd you do last night? I can't do that. I can control his purse strings, though. But at the end of the day, our job is to look for the economic future, business future of this county, and reinvesting, making sure that my boys, your kids who's listening or watching, your kids have opportunities here when they get out of school. And that's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll get some things paid off. More on the way as this morning comes along. We'll be right back.
From Hunter and Haley and all the
as vital as your eyes. You should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
When your windshield cracks, you need someone you can trust. At Advanced Auto Glass by Joey, experience matters. We handle everything from rock chips to full replacements, even power window repair, servicing all vehicle types. Let us keep you safe and back on the road. We are local, proud to serve you with honest, reliable service. Call us today at 601-286-3405. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey, certified, trusted, local.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and we found that moment, Odie, where you were singing "Purple Rain." hang on. Here it is. Here's Odie.
Lord have mercy! Y'all have brought up.
This is Odie going to the Super Bowl. What year was that? Prince was there?
Yeah, that's got my goldfish in them heels down there.
Couldn't help that one.
You went in the archives to get that, didn't you?
We did. Last night, one of those rare occasions to where we had, it was 3 wrecks they could see each other. Northbound, southbound, and then another wreck. Let's go here to take a look at the first one. This is what we would have here. This was I-59 northbound lane. We had an accident there where someone
that one's southbound.
Struck the bridge. And as we look at that, it could have been a whole lot worse.
That was a 1-car accident, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
And he hit the bridge, and he's okay. They did take him by ambulance.
Here it comes up on the car. I let that go a little bit too far back, but here it is for the firefighters on the bridge. It's coming, I promise you.
It's getting there.
And there's you start seeing the debris there to where the car slammed into the bridge there, and there she is there, and extensive damage. Now, at the same time, on the other side of the road, this would happen. This was the northbound lane.
That's the northbound lane. That happened right after the other one did, right directly across the street.
Was it just happened to happen at the same place?
It's still under investigation.
And then tell me about the third wreck. Was it caused because the traffic was slower, maybe?
Well, so we were lucky in a sense that we never had to really stop the interstate. Now, it did when it first happened, and then it kind of cleared on up. But we had everybody staged up the highway with lights on, and people coming down the interstate see these lights and don't understand that kind of means, hey, something's going on up there. Slow down. And one vehicle slowed down and was doing a decent speed through there, which is safe for everybody involved. That third wreck, 2 vehicles were involved. So one was on the right shoulder, the other one was on the left shoulder. So we had cars on both sides with lights. But for that one to be caused is one come barreling down. Didn't stop, didn't slow down, didn't do anything, and just rear-ended another one.
So always watch this when a wreck happens. Watch your rearview mirror. Careful. Hey, we got this from Winston County. If you happen to see somebody going down the road today and they got woo-woo lights on the top of their truck, call somebody. This was stolen over the weekend. I had allegedly gotten word that it may have been in Kemper County. If you see a flatbed with lights on it, it's missing there. Louisville Fire Department, you can call them there, the Sheriff's Department there. Real nice people. They'd like to have the truck back, and they got a general idea who took it. Yeah. They would like to have a little chat with them, too.
You know, that happened here in Lauderdale County, 10 years ago. Something like that.
What'd they take? I don't remember.
They took a fire truck. The whole truck.
Oh, the big red fire truck.
Yeah. Now, they took everything off of the fire truck.
Oh, really?
And put it and left it in the fire station. Got in the truck and started going on a joyride. Went through downtown, took a couple of light poles out there on 5th Street and 49th Avenue. No. So finally got the truck stopped over on Old 8th Street Road. This guy was partaking, we'll say. And when they asked why he took the equipment out of the truck, he said, because the firefighters might need it.
Well, he was being nice. He didn't need the truck. But I guess, and I'm guessing here, I guess everybody was asleep when he eased in.
Oh, yeah, this was hour in the morning.
And the bell didn't go off, so they didn't come sliding down the pole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, this was a county truck, so we had to pay for everything.
Oh, boy.
Our insurance did, but
my, oh, my, oh, my.
Yeah, that's not a truck.
Looking back. No, you don't. Occasionally, we've seen a police car stolen.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that one there. JJ, what else you got for us over there? You look like you had something on your mind.
No, what Odie was saying, there was a question in the comments.
Yeah, about hospitals paying taxes.
That goes back to state statutes that any hospital, churches, that kind of thing, they are exempt from property taxes.
No. And you have seen this.
Yeah.
I brought this up last week. There's 5 states in the U.S., and I don't know what their plan would be to replace it is, but they're wanting to do away with property taxes. And I don't know if it'll ever Florida one of those.
All right, so me personally, the only way I feel like you could do that is to increase the consumption tax. And what I mean by that is a sales tax or an excise tax, however you want to call it. But what you would do in that scenario is the state of Mississippi has a 7% sales tax. Like in the city of Meridian, they've got the extra 2% food and beverage tax, so that makes it really 9%. So the only way you could do that would be for each of the 82 counties to figure out what their budget is, and what it would take. The county gets 0 sales tax.
Right.
The city of Meridian and the town of Meridian do, but the county only gets what's called use tax, which is internet sales tax, and it's not even all of it. It's just what the state of Mississippi allows us to have, which generally is about $3 million for the past couple of years, but we have to use that on state aid roads, maintain stuff like that. Oh, am I off there?
Now they can hear.
Oh, now they can hear me.
Oop, my mistake on that.
Okay. Golly, I think he's trying to give me a hint here or something.
Yeah, well, I'll aim this one that way.
But the only way you could do it would be to add a consumption tax. Now, granted, the first thing you're going to do is try to exempt grocery stores or food from that.
Right.
But so if Scotty Ray wants to go out and buy a new souped-up Tahoe and pay $100,000 for it, he's going to pay that tax. If you want to buy a 2006 CRV, Chevy Equinox that costs $12,000, you're going to pay the tax on that. It's kind of like, car tag, the more expensive the car, the more expensive the tag. But that is the only way that you could ever replace.
Come back up.
Correct. And then that there's going to be then you have that could adversely affect people that don't make as much money. But in a way, you just have to run the numbers. But I don't see any time in the near future that going away.
Yeah, I don't see Mississippi doing that at all.
No, because that's the only way the counties fund circuit clerk, the sheriff's department, road department, Lima, all the different departments. So, it's amazing how much it costs to run everything these days. And I may have not told you this before. It's like, I was sitting there looking at the budget last year, my first year, going through the budget, and, and I don't have the numbers with me exactly, but let's just say it came out to be $92 million. And I was looking through the stuff, and I said, whoa, 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 whoa. And they said, what do you mean, whoa, 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 whoa? I said, it says our revenue is $74 million, but we're going to spend $92 million. Where's that other $18 million coming from? Because I'm not bonding. I'm not putting stuff on credit cards. Just not going to happen. They said, well, good question, good catch, but those are grants. That's federal or state money that we get that if we don't.
It's above and beyond.
That's above and beyond. So we have to budget for it like we're going to get it. And if we don't get it, we don't spend it. As Mr. Barrett can well attest to, sometimes you get that stuff, sometimes you don't. But so if anybody ever looks at our books and has the same question I did.
Yeah, I would. Go,
whoa.
If I'm wanting a grant and say I want to get a grant to buy specialized equipment and it's $150,000. And I go to the board and say, hey, I'd like to put in for this grant. It's $150,000 for this right here. It's 100% match. Some are 75-25, some are 80-20. Very rarely do you get them that is 100%. But what that means is now if the board approves me and I put in for this grant and am awarded, I go buy the equipment. Mm-hmm. The board writes the check for $150,000.
We front it.
Up front, and then I take the paperwork, send that in, file it, get it done, and then it's reimbursed. But that has to have that upfront money to purchase it to begin with. Yeah.
Correct.
Wow. A lot goes on behind the curtain there that we don't realize.
And that paperwork has to be correct. Because if the paperwork's not correct,
you ain't getting your money.
You ain't getting your money. And we've already fronted it.
Do we have somebody that double checks that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
just checking on that. Make sure.
We had Miss Cheryl Polk for years, and then now we got Miss Kaylee. And so we're very...
Golly, am I glad that's not my job.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That oof, in the middle of the night, waking up, did I do such and such?
Yeah.
Call, what about this?
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't blame her one bit. We want to say thank you for coming in and
anytime
going over that. And as we learn, and go back over, somebody's tuning into the back of the show who is going to be appointed to take care of Donna Jill's job.
Yeah,
and
Josh should have already signed the order as president of the board before 8 o'clock. That's what he said he was going to do. Renee Covert, who has 30-plus years of experience in that office in the court division upstairs. The circuit clerk, a lot of stuff goes on in that office, from marriage licenses to registering to vote, registering for selective service. They run all the circuit trials and that kind of thing with Judge Wright and Judge Bailey. The jury pools, there was over 400 jurors that should have been at the courthouse 5 minutes ago, potential jurors. Down to juvenile course, it affects that. And so we got our attorney Lee Thagard talked with the state, make sure we didn't violate any open meetings acts or anything like that. We had a conference call yesterday afternoon because of the importance of that office and the trials for the victims and for the defendants. I mean, they deserve their fair day in court too. But if we wouldn't have appointed somebody yesterday, that trial would have been postponed again. Both the circuit clerk's office would have been shut down because that office has one bond. Everybody in those offices worked under that one bond. And we just want to make sure everything was up and up. So on the up and up. So Ms. Covert agreed to do it. She has experience. Everybody up there knows her and respects her. Everybody that works in that office goes there every day doing their best for Lauderdale County and the citizens. And, you know, we want to remember and honor and of Miss Donna Jill, but our job had to go on. And the county had to go
on this is with the election already scheduled for November, there will not be any extra cost to the taxpayers.
Correct, exactly.
With this.
Correct. So there will be a special election in November. More details will come out about that when qualifying starts. But, you know, so we will have a new circuit clerk in November, which will then have to turn around in January and qualify for the 27 election for the new term. So, but no, our thing is, or at least, excuse me, I can only speak for me. My thing is that we want to make sure that, or I want to make sure that we're doing everything for the best interest of Lauderdale County and the citizens, whether it's in District 1 or the county in general. So that's why I'm always happy when you invite me on. I'm happy to come on anytime. Anytime people have questions, I'm happy to talk, because when you don't talk, imaginations start going wild.
Well, here was another question.
Right.
You're talking about putting you on the spot.
Do it.
Where are these 400 people going to park?
Well, I just got a text about that. It says, "Oh my gosh, it's crazy down here."
Yeah.
Park on the sides. Park down the back, the front. Don't park in the middle of a drive-through. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime type trial. It's not just.
They call it a grind day with an E on it. So,
so this isn't something that's done all the time.
And I know you had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But the parking down there,
it's terrible.
Are we going to get rid of all that concrete, you know what, that's out there in front that's in the way, and put parking places the way it ought to be?
We are looking at some alternative parking now.
That was a boo-boo.
Now, so that is the thing, is that there is still some money left in that bond that built that courthouse, and so we're looking at using that to add some more handicap parking up front and maybe a potential parking lot in the back.
We need to do something.
So, well, the challenge is, if we don't do it now, it's just going to cost more next year. You know?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And so, but we want to make sure we get the right plan, we get the right place for employees to park, and make sure we have designated employee parking.
He's already volunteered to take his guys down and pick up those concrete things. We'll just put some yellow lines on it. We'll just plop up on the curb and save money.
No, what we could do is take those concrete things and throw them in the pond and make good fish structures.
Yeah.
You know.
Training for the dive.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I've often walked through there and thought, man, this is the sleeping area. It's like little cots is what it looks like. I don't understand the design, but again, you had nothing to do with that.
Thank the good Lord.
I saw that question and I said, yeah, I could figure that.
Yeah, no,
that was
I
coming,
mean,
but
yeah.
Just safely park somewhere that's where you're not blocking anybody in or blocking the road off. And I understand it might be a little walk, but
you know, that going to the parking, we need as a board to make sure that we have enough spaces to accommodate whatever potential jury pool there is, plus the employees that work there, plus any and every citizen that could potentially have to do business. I mean, especially we're right now in tax season where you got to pay your property taxes and everything like that. You know, shout out to the tax assessor's office. They're going to be open the last Saturday this month and March
to handle it.
For homestead exemption. For homestead exemption, you pay your taxes at the tax collector with Miss Doris,
right?
But you file homestead with Miss Whitney and her staff at the tax assessor.
And call them if you're not sure you still got that. Call them, because you're talking about saving yourself some money.
Or if you're 60, if you turn 65, call them. You know,
good stuff there. All right, birthdays. Who do we have having a birthday today?
We got some coming up now. Saturday, we had the Bonnie White Early having a birthday, and they had a big showing with Rocky down at the animal shelter, and Paul gotten together with some people, and they made a special plaque down there. So that was a good thing. Happy birthday, Bonnie. Heather Batwell's got a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. We were out of town, so couldn't swing by. Troy Odom had a birthday with Christy Stevens yesterday. Today, old Tanya Davis went to school with her, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. She's having her birthday. Tracy Go, dear friend of mine, has a birthday today. Wayne Hemingway, Eric Clark, sheriff, you know he's going. He's probably
Neshoba County. I bet you he got a birthday cake already.
Yeah, somebody got him a fried alligator.
Did Jody get him one? I wonder if he got a present from Jody. Check this out.
Yeah, we'll see. Keith Etheridge, Dorothy K. George, 70 years young. Happy birthday. Allison Wright's got a birthday. Now, Michelle, I wouldn't have thrown her age out, but Michelle Griffith's mama, Miss Teresa Griffith, she's got her 80th birthday today. But hey.
So we're going to do math on Michelle? Is what this game is?
I'm not.
I'll say
Who wants to go first?
Michelle's a year older than me. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I know you got a lot to do today, and we cannot thank you enough for coming in and talking about some of these issues that we have throughout
seriously,
the county.
anytime y'all want me, I'm happy to come out and anything we want to talk about.
JJ, thank you. As with that being said, we turn to the next big thing that is most importantly of any given day, and that's a good Lord message. What we got?
That's it, and he's going to take us to Psalms 94:19. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. And we keep going back to this. No matter what we're going through in life, if we allow Jesus to lead us and we ask him to be with us as we go through it, he will take that anxiety away from us. Always keep him in our forefront. No matter what we do, ask him if that's what we should be doing, if that is his will. He'll talk to us if we listen. But he's always there with us. He's always there to comfort us. And he's always there when we need him. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, remember, we love you, and we will see you later.